Hey everyone, Scott here, Chief Difference Maker at Creative on Purpose, and I'm here with one of my favorite rock star clients, Jeff Merck. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing well today, Scott. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. I really appreciate you making some time for some questions about our work together. But before we dive into all that, just tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what you're working on.
Yep. So Jeff Merk, from a background perspective, got a deep background in technology, real estate, coaching, and mentoring. And so what I'm working on is just working through the coaching specific components of my business and actually getting that just tuned up so I can be more effective with the folks I coach.
Fantastic. And what was the biggest challenge you had before we started working together?
Yeah, so the biggest challenge for me was, I think, alignment of purpose for me so that I kind of get a bit more dialed in and more effective. And then also, too, just around structure for how do I actually structure my coaching offers and get those out there with, more clarity, but then also have a deeper impact and effect.
Yeah. So just a little clarification for people that might be tuning in this particular program that just been in, we've really been focusing on getting him an irresistible offer, an audience that's eager to enroll in the journey he wants to take them on, and then coming up with a 30-minute-a-day marketing strategy that gets the right people colliding with this offer so that he can get them on a call and get them into his program. And you obviously have worked with other coaches. You're working with a couple coaches at the same time, and as we've been working together. But what was it that made you decide to work with me as opposed to other coaches that you had access to?
Yeah, so you and I being in some of the same communities together, like the Gardening Academy, watching you work with others, watching some of your insights and how you help people just gain clarity in that. I was very intrigued with it. And then when I actually saw your own results and what you've done with your own journey, I was just not only fascinated by that, but the data was there to support it. And anyway, and you're a cool character. So I really just felt overly compelled to work with you on that. And it's been a fantastic decision all the way through. So.
Yeah, likewise. I'm so glad. It's been such a blessing to be able to work with you and learn more about you and get to be not just coach client friends, but friends in other places. So
Yeah.
what was there anything in particular we've been together now for 8 weeks or so, anything in particular that really helped you?
Oh, yeah. So for me, the biggest impact in working with you has been clarity for me on not just what I came for, but many other things. And that comes from all of your insights. You are very good at listening and deconstructing what I'm conveying to get to a point that gives me significant clarity on those insights. And it helps me actually upgrade my mental models, which are very important to me, as we've discussed many times, but that's the biggest thing. And so from beginning of where we were to where we are now, massive amount of clarity across quite a spectrum of things. It was more than I expected in the sessions, which I'm, very thankful for. But yeah, that's the biggest thing, is the clarity and the insights.
Appreciate that. Well, what's the biggest thing that's happened for you and your developing business since we've been working together? What's the gap that's been closed?
Yeah, so the gap that's been closed for me has been really twofold. One is, for me, getting clarity and more alignment on, only the difference that I can make. That actually gap has gotten significantly closed for me on where I'm going with that. And then just as a byproduct benefit of that work, getting my offer actually dialed in much more concisely to the folks that I'm most able to help. That's been the other part of it. So.
And has any of that bled into other aspects of your life?
Oh, yeah. So it's interesting just being, keeping loops open and being reflective and receptive to kind of what's coming around, and just being a really good observer of what's happening through this time frame. I can actually see where that clarity and those insights have opened up, other things for me, and that's in, the business realm, also in the family space, and then for me personally as well. So it's just been it's kind of been even more than the trifecta. It's been all the way around the horn on those things. It's just brought a lot of clarity to a lot of different places in life. So it's been really positive.
I love hearing that. Where do you think you would be right now if you hadn't trusted yourself enough to invest in yourself and our work together?
I would still be trying to figure out what you've helped me figure out. So you've definitely helped me close the gap significantly. So yeah, that's where I would be. Still be floundering a bit, quite honestly.
Always about saving time and effort for sure. So if anyone is watching and has watched this far and they've been on the fence about whether or not to just go ahead and sign up for that 50-minute catalyst call to see, get a bit more clear about who they are, what they're good at, where they belong, so that they can define an endeavor where they can make the difference only they can make. What would you tell them if they're at all hesitant?
Make the call and you can thank me later. Yeah. Because if you want real clarity and really good insights to help you close the gap for where you are versus where you want to be, I tell them to pick up the phone and call you, because to me, that's one of the best calls I've made, not just this year, but in quite some time. So I'm very grateful for it, and I encourage others to do the same.
Well, I am especially grateful that you decided to pull the trigger, make the call, and so grateful for the time that we've been spending together. Know that we'll be spending some more time together in the future, and just want to reflect back to you, Jeff. What a great client you are, what a great person you are, because you're one of those people I call an implementer. You've not only done the hard work of looking in the mirror and keeping the light shining on those things that sometimes are difficult to look at or to face, but you have really leaned in and made good on your promise to yourself to level up through this process. So working with you has been an absolute pleasure. Looking forward to more collisions and collaborations going forward. So thank you so much.
Likewise, Scott. Thank you very much. Really, really, really glad that we've been able to work together, and for it to be such a catalyst to move me forward in my business and what I'm doing.